Welcome back. Oh, I have to clap again. See, come on. So we're clapping.
Yes.
We're clapping, and then I start talking.
Yes.
Okay. And I keep it at this volume.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to clap?
Yes.
Welcome back again, everyone, to the Cable Guys. This is Pat.
And I'm Chris. Pat usually introduces me, but
I know.
hey, I'm back alongside today. And
Yeah.
we've got a special third member of our podcast that we're adding. We have producer Mike. Mike, why don't you look into the producer cam? Tell us a little bit about your background here and why you're joining us.
Hey guys, I'm very overqualified to be producing this podcast.
Most definitely.
Just here to help out and make things look good.
Plus, I think he's bored with actually playing baseball too, so he's got the technological advances that you're seeing on your screen right now, and that's it's really going to help us out and hopefully bring in more fans, but probably not.
Yeah, Mike is the crafty veteran that we've talked about on our team a few times.
Oh,
so
boy, have we.
We've always joked around that he's the old man on the team, when I don't actually think he is the oldest man on the
I
team.
think he's the third oldest.
But he definitely looks like one of them, alongside Earhart, who also is probably one of the youngest people on our team.
He's somewhere in the middle. He's like 25.
But yeah, that's why it looks completely different. We're actually in Chris's humble abode right now.
My wife made me clean all the dishes so that you couldn't see them in the background. Welcome to my kitchen.
Welcome to my kitchen. But yeah, so that's why the beginning's going to sound weird, because this is our first time doing it, which is why we didn't have an episode last week, and we're starting with this. So thanks for coming on, Mike. As much as you don't really like hanging out with us, I appreciate that you're going to do it.
Don't let me in with you.
What's that?
Don't let me in with you. He doesn't like hanging out with you.
That's fair. I talk a lot of nonsense. That's why I was like, hey, I'm going to talk a lot of random shit online, and then we're just going to post it to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what this was.
That's exactly what this was.
But we did have a few updates on the league that we wanted to talk about. Figured it would be a great idea to start with our first episode in person with this. So I know you've been in the manager meetings and everything like that. I obviously haven't. We've had a little bit of discussions on it.
I think you mean the board meetings. You've been in all
Yeah,
the
I've been in the
manager
manager
meetings.
meetings. Yeah, the board meetings. Sorry, I am a manager. I'm definitely not, but
For sure not.
I try to act like I am. I just ride your coattails. That's all it is.
That's exactly all it is.
I'm like Sophia. You can be Alex, and I'm gonna leave with Suitman.
Okay.
Nice. And then Mike's gonna swing in and just take my job.
And I'm going to get a $500,000 contract. I'm in for it.
I think if we change it to cable standards, you're gonna get like an extra box of baseballs.
Sick. Perfect. We need more for the bucket. We're losing them at a rapid pace during our batting practices.
Well, that's because we keep choosing fields that don't have fences.
Yeah.
And
we swing at bad pitches and just foul them off into the woods.
that's mainly me.
It's mainly Adam.
I just can't hit. But why don't you tell everyone what's been going on with the, like, as much as you can with the board meetings,
Sure.
so everyone knows.
So, I think it's no secret anymore, I don't think, that we're starting the season on July 12th, or at least that's the goal right now. Theoretically, we probably could start, we're recording on Sunday, so theoretically we could start tomorrow, because Massachusetts enters Phase 2 tomorrow, and amateur teams and youth leagues, I think, are able to start tomorrow under the state guidance. But we've already crafted the schedule to start in July in Phase 3, so probably better safe than sorry. So we're currently looking at a July 12th start date. It's going to be a 10-week season, and everybody's going to play 8 out of those 12 weeks, from what I understand, and it's going to be double headers every weekend. So we're going to have 3 teams on a bye every week in order to make the schedule work out correctly.
Does our bye coordinate with Cooperstown?
Boy, does it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Cooperstown.
Our Cooperstown, as you all know and we've talked about, and by you all, I mean those of you who, for whatever reason, decide
All
to watch
9
us
of
every
you.
week. Hi, Mike Terrio. Our tournament for Cooperstown got pushed back from Father's Day weekend to the last weekend in July, so we'll still be going to that. That'll be
Induction weekend.
yeah. It's not, obviously induction isn't happening, and the Hall of Fame's probably closed, and all of the restaurants and bars are going to be closed. We're going to be the only show in town.
We're not getting inducted?
Let's not be ridiculous.
Can't just give me that?
Let's not be ridiculous. So yeah, we're still going on that, which will be fun. That'll be week 3 of the cable season. Other than that, I don't know anything else about the schedule so far. We haven't been told what our schedule is so far. But I know it's going to be double headers every weekend. We're going to aim for 16 games per team. And I know that the playoff structure is going to be a little bit different than was originally planned for. We're not entirely sure what that's going to be yet. We haven't really nailed that down yet.
Yeah, I mean, there are still going to be things up in the air, like we've
People are going to have to
discussed.
vote.
Yeah, and we have a meeting Thursday for that.
Correct.
And all that stuff will be gone over then. So this is coming out a little bit premature, I guess. But we got bored again.
Correct.
And we added Mike, which I think I just thought of. It might be like detriment to us.
Why is that?
We're gonna lose a viewer. We're gonna lose about
I
an
don't
eighth. We might lose like an eighth of our viewers.
Why?
Haven't watched a single.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I don't think he's watched at all.
Cool,
Which is
man.
great because he hasn't heard us call him old. On the show, at least. We call him old in real life all the time.
I mean, now he has because I did like 10 minutes ago.
Well, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so this will be my last episode.
I do like though we keep saying like producer Mike because he had a microphone and his name's Mike, and it gives me a little warm and fuzzy feeling inside every single time.
Cool.
And it's tough getting used to this.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep talking at a different level with these mics that we have and everything. And
Pat's used to yelling.
I want to talk to you because they can't see me. So this is going to be probably terrible.
We're used to recording on WebEx, or not WebEx, Zoom.
Yeah,
And,
no free ads.
Talking about Zoom, they don't pay us.
Not a sponsor.
No free ads, as Pat mentioned.
That's right.
One thing I did not mention is with the playoffs and the season starting late and everything, we're going to be playing baseball until mid to late October. We're going to have October baseball to decide a champion this year, which I think is actually very cool.
It's very cool, but could mess up our golf tournament because
We're not going to
ne-
make the finals.
I mean, hey,
Aren't we golfing on a Saturday anyways?
we made it. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure we're
we
golfing
made
on a
it in
Saturday.
October because we knew we didn't get far into the playoffs, and it wouldn't affect anyone. And now we still might be okay because we're still not going to get far into the playoffs.
Not that far.
but it might we might not get people from the league now.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Hopefully we can still have the golf tournament.
Yeah, I know. So that's up in the air as well. But like everything always is. But I think now our next step is we have this nice setup.
Yep.
We have producer Mike, who's wearing producer Mike. We
keep
have
making
producer
that joke.
Cam, but we also have catcher Cam.
He's stealing my jokes. Mike.
Sorry. I think now we need to get a sponsor, right?
I think so.
So you guys know anyone? You have them talk to my people, and my people, I just mean have them get in touch with me.
I should probably handle the business side
You
of things.
100% should. So
If
by
there's
my
any-
people, I mean Chris.
If there's any bat companies that want to sponsor us, we'll talk about you nonstop if you just send us a bat apiece. That's all we're asking for. One bat.
A piece.
That's what I said.
Okay. No,
One
yeah.
bat apiece.
I needed to clarify because I also would like a bat.
Correct. I like the
Because
243 models if anybody's listening.
I like anything that goes that way. Doesn't matter.
Anywho, probably not going to get a sponsor.
Yeah, probably not.
Not when we get like 60 viewers a week if we're lucky.
Squad Locker.
I think we sponsor them.
That's right. We own stock. But yeah, I mean, we have the meeting Thursday, like we were saying. Is there anything else that's going to be discussed then?
I don't think so. I think it's just trying to get the season off the ground. I know we have baseballs, so that's good. I
Hell
think there
yeah.
was concern about the baseballs coming in on time, but we do have baseballs.
Are they from China?
I think so, actually.
Corona baseballs.
We'll sanitize them. Yeah, I mean, we haven't discussed any special COVID-specific rules for distancing at the games. I think it's just going to be following state protocols. I know that there's some leagues where the umpires are going to be doing games from behind the mound this year, which I don't love, but
Which we've had conversations on those. We haven't. I don't think we need to go into them again and rehash them out all over the place. But we did discuss umpires might be doing it from behind the plate. We've talked about how one of the things that we saw on Mike Terrio's episode was that one of the leagues was you couldn't steal second and you could only lead
that's not
from
gonna
so
happen.
far, and it's just a lot of really weird stuff going on.
yeah, that's not going to happen here.
I don't think so either, and
It's not. I'm promising you it's not.
it's definitely
It's
not.
definitely that's not baseball.
Which is good. Yeah, because at that point we might as well be
It's
playing
softball or little league if we're doing that. We might
Hey.
as well shorten the base paths to 70 feet, which would be great for us.
Let's do it.
If we can take away the lead and steal on a 90-foot base path, please don't mind my dryer going off in the background. I think that's what Mike's making his face about.
Yeah, that's certainly.
What song was that?
Oh,
It was catchy.
it was
a catchy
catchy.
song.
That's our intro
Can
song.
that be? That was good. Can we just get a mic on that and intro it?
Is that licensed?
Shit, it might be. Anyways,
Talk to Whirlpool.
it would actually work out really well for the Senators if we were to move the base paths to 70 feet and cut out like if we went back to little league stealing rules.
You have to leave.
We would
when...
never steal a base, but
because we don't
leave. But neither would ever anybody else.
So are you saying like you can only leave the bag once the ball crosses the plate, like Little League rules?
Oh yes, yeah.
Or do we draw the circle around the mound like in softball?
We could do that too. That would also prevent Lawler from getting picked off like 3 times a season, which would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, that boy has some base running issues, but boy is he spirited.
Spirited.
But yeah, and then we don't know what's going on with the catcher. One league was saying the catcher had to wear a mask under the mask, and like, I get it, but
it's not going to be fun in the middle of July if you got to wear a face mask. It's going to be tough to breathe.
And that's why I don't catch. Not because I'm not good at it.
Yeah, that's definitely
but because I can't wear a mask.
At what point, if we have to wear masks, like what point do we have to worry about it actually being a safety hazard, like to not be able to breathe?
That's a good question. I don't know if that's really been considered in making rules around these different leagues. I've got one of the baklava ones that comes up from your neck over your face.
Baklava?
That's the dessert.
Oh, that's just what I'm used to.
It's got like the ventilated holes in the front, but that feels counterproductive to protecting myself from COVID.
Breathe through these tiny holes.
Yeah. Please concentrate the COVID out of the holes.
Yeah, like all I can think of is, for my 9 to 5 wearing just the regular medical masks, and you have to take like 10-minute breaks just to breathe, not running around or sweating profusely. So it'll be interesting if they have to institute something where you have to wear a mask for physical activity.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think we've ever thought about having an issue of people breathing while playing baseball because Chris has been able to do it for a while. Because there's this great story about after Tom's wedding and you getting a double and then not being able to breathe the rest of the day.
I didn't get a double. One of our guys got married last year, Tom Nashawati, and
his beautiful wife, Jill.
Yes. Who probably listens to this more than Tom does.
100% does.
I had too much to drink at their wedding.
You threw up in the parking lot.
I did throw up in the parking lot. And we had a 10 a.m. game the next day in Canton. So my first at bat of the game, I hit a soft dribbler that just rolled by the mound. I got an infield single, which does not happen very often. I think I moved up to second on a pass ball, and then Adam hit a line drive into left. And I left the bat, and I went, fuck. And I scored from second base, and I got back to the dugout and just sat behind the bench and almost puked.
For a
solid like 5 minutes or so.
It was bad.
I think I was good by like the third inning. It was a hot day. I sweat out all of the toxins, but it was bad. And then we went and drank after the game at the Royals at their
You detoxified yourself?
Yeah, I detoxed during the game. It was not good.
Yeah.
It was a fun wedding, though.
I mean, it was a fun wedding. That's a whole nother story. But where was I going?
I have no idea. Oh, breathing. Not being able to breathe.
I mean, I've said before that, like, the longer this quarantine goes on, the better chance the Senators would have in the season.
Yeah.
Because the line of, like, the talent and, like, the fit people and then the Senators, like, it's going to get closer.
No, I disagree with you.
So that's what I'm thinking now, is that since, like, the fit people are here and everything, they fucking know how to work out and stuff, and they're going to go up higher. And Ahern's going to look like 1,000 times
Superman.
faster.
I think
and
I think it's going like this. I think everything was closer to the middle, and it's like the people that were using quarantine to get in shape just keep going like this, and the rest of us keep going like this, and this is the Senators. None of us really work out except for Deegan and Watts, and we're just...
And Watts in a boot.
He's out of the boot.
Oh, is he?
He might be ready to go by opening day. We'll see. Ooh. But we're... He also hasn't played baseball in 5 years, so I wouldn't get our hopes up too high. But he's fast.
Don't give up
he's
our secret
fast.
weapons. Don't give up our secret weapons.
But, that's why we've been practicing for like 3 weeks now, because we need to try and catch up to the competition before it passes us by.
That's right. That's why 6 of us have been practicing every week.
Somewhere between 6 and 8.
But
and Robbie.
Oh, yes. And someone else that we know that decided to show up. But last week we were going to try and do something and then for an episode, and then things kind of fell through. We had Brian McCarthy was going to come on, talk Cubs baseball, talk about their Twitter, because we tend to have a beef with them a little bit.
A friendly beef.
A jokingly beef. But it's like a Kobe beef.
Keep talking.
Okay. I'm going to love, though, when I say these stupid jokes, and we're going to cut to that camera, and Mike's just going to be like...
This is why we needed the producer cam.
Exactly.
Because it's not just me going anymore.
So hopefully we get Brian to come back on in the next few weeks and go over all that stuff.
Yeah. We still got a couple of teams to preview in the next 5 weeks before the season starts, too.
Yeah.
We have to figure out who we have left because I don't remember.
We have some.
I know we have some. I just don't remember who.
I mean, just in the South, we have the Cubs and the Black Sox.
Yeah.
And we did the Giant. We
We don't need to
basically
run we don't
all
need
the
to
new
run,
teams.
Yeah, we don't need to run through
Yeah.
it right now, but
No, I know.
we've got a few teams left to do.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, I can continue talking about just baseball related things and things with the league if you want, because the one of the things I did want to mention to you though, you know how we were talking about before in the KBL, they had the cutouts.
Yeah.
Did you see the game where they put all the stuffed animals in the back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they had this game where
Was it KBO or Japan?
I thought it was KBO.
Maybe.
It could have been Japan though. They took, instead of all the cutouts, they put stuffed animals in every seat. And the reason I saw it was because Carabas tweeted out.
Oh, it's SpongeBob
yeah,
first row?
SpongeBob was
Yeah, I
first
did
row,
see
flexing that Nickelodeon money.
I did see that. They're like the Plankton could never. the Chum Bucket could never get season tickets like this.
So yeah, I mean, see now I'm all flustered because there's so much stuff going on. I'm getting distracted.
Yeah. And we can talk about some of the other leagues in the area. I know the Cranberry League is starting July 2nd. So that's probably going to be the biggest comparison for us, considering it's a South Shore League.
I thought you meant skill-wise. I was like, no.
No. I mean, as far as getting on fields and getting umpires and maybe following, like, they're probably going to use a lot of the same umpires we're going to see in the South.
Yeah.
So they're starting on July 2nd, which is, I mean, it's good. We're getting leagues rolling. I don't know what any of the Boston leagues are doing. I don't know what the permits are like there.
Well, was it the Yawkey? Didn't they, like, cancel their season?
I don't know. Did they? I didn't see that.
I thought we mentioned that before, but generally when I talk baseball, it's with you, and most of the time it's on this.
Fair.
Or when I'm trying to kill my phone time at work, and I call you every single day about 4 times.
As far as I know, none of the local leagues have actually canceled their season. I know we talked about the Cape League, the Northwoods League, the Futures League. I think they all canceled, all these collegiate summer leagues. But, yeah, I don't think any of the local leagues have canceled their. Speaking of which, the Cape Cod League, this is the first time they've canceled a season, I think, since World War II. That's preposterous.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it only took, like, an economic collapse, race wars, and a global pandemic for it to happen. But, hey.
It happened. They had, I don't know if you saw this on ESPN2 the other night. They have something.
I only watched the Ocho.
Okay. It's like the Collegiate Baseball Summer Invitational, and they're inviting like a bunch of guys from random colleges to come play in a weekend tournament. I think it ended yesterday, but it was something cool. Mike, what are you doing?
He's like, come on, man.
I know, but I was confused. I was distracted.
You're like a dog.
I know.
And I literally was just talking about that about 3 minutes ago. Like, I'm just getting distracted.
Yeah.
I was just checking the camera to make sure everything was going right, so you guys actually,
Okay.
focus and everything like that. Which
We're never focused,
now
dude.
that I see
Clearly.
that you guys aren't in focus. I look like a big dickhead. So
Well, now I'm just unfocused. Anyways, there's a collegiate. We're still recording, right? Excellent. There was a. Leave it all in. Leave it all in. There was a collegiate tournament where they're inviting guys from a bunch of different schools to come play. It was, the uniforms looked worse than men's league uniforms. It was awful.
Really?
Yeah, they looked like.
Did they look like just screen printed T-shirts?
They weren't T-shirts. They were button-downs, but it was like, I don't know. It just, it looked like, you remember, you know what the Puerto Rico World Baseball Classic jerseys look like? There's like white with like red sleeves and white underarms.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that. They looked like Legion uniforms. I don't know why they didn't just have these guys wear like their college uniforms. Just be like, hey, bring a white and a dark, and then we can match up the, like an all-star game almost. But
I mean, at that point, it's probably like sponsors, things like that. Like they're gonna get someone to make the jerseys.
yeah, I guess. But then it was like screen printed on the front, wasn't even embroidered. It was awful. But it was fun watching legitimate like college baseball again. It wasn't like pitchers were throwing nowhere near the zone because none of them had thrown since March.
Do they need somewhere to play? Like the
hope.
Senators?
I mean, with all the college leagues not happening this summer and a bunch of minor leaguers getting cut, I'm hoping that
we get a minor leaguer. Is what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to put this nicely. I doubt
Manny
he
Del
watches this.
Carmen.
No, I'm hoping that your cousin doesn't make his independent league team and can come pitch for us this summer.
First off, you think he's gonna watch this shit?
No, that's why I said I don't think he's gonna watch.
Yeah. My cousin went to Curry, pitched there. He knows Burke and Phil from the Royals and everything. So he actually was added to their roster. And immediately I texted him. I was like, yo, what's up?
Yep. And we also
Like-
shit our pants because he was supposed to pitch against us that night. And we're like, he throws like 90 something.
So we had that going on, but our dream is for him to give up on his dream
Correct.
and come pitch for us. So that's basically what we're hoping to happen. He did text me and say, like, when's the CABL starting?
Oh.
Maybe I'll come pitch for you guys. And then when I told him, like, the 17th, most likely, he was like, oh, I think I have to... He pitches in Gary, Indiana now for the Railcats. So he'll be going back there at that time, so he won't be able to. So
Damn.
lucky you guys.
Once he gives up on his dreams, though, the rest of you are screwed.
I think it will be a while.
Damn.
But another funny story about him. Want to hear this?
Sure.
He went golfing with us
Yep.
a few weeks ago, and then the week after that, he went on.
Hold on. He witnessed my hole-in-one, just saying.
He did. A week after that, he went to the Cape with a few guys for like Memorial Day or something. And one of his friends was like, "I wanted to go on the trip, so I'm not going to say anything." Someone at home had coronavirus, and he went and got everyone there sick. Awesome. And then they went to a pool party with like 50 other people and got everyone there sick. So my cousin then came back and gave it to my aunt and uncle, and now they were sick.
So maybe we don't want to pitch him for us.
Yeah, so
We've already got one guy that recovered from corona.
not on the team, but
He's on the team.
oh yeah, you're talking. I thought you were talking about Gary.
No, I'm talking Collier.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I clicked my pen. So it's so different doing this. I'm getting so distracted. This is unnerving.
I've noticed.
And I keep talking to you instead of there. And
That's fine.
help me,
Talk,
help
man.
me, Mike.
Just talk.
All right.
Pat likes to make jokes when he's nervous.
That's my coping mechanism. But yeah, so it's not going to happen this year at least. So hopefully in the future.
It's really too bad that Cooperstown got pushed back, because if it had stayed on Father's Day weekend, he probably could have come through for us there, which would have been real nice.
Definitely would have. Do we need anyone else now?
I don't know. I've got a couple of maybes outstanding. So it'd be nice to know if, I don't know, if we could probably use an arm or two, but
There you go.
we have somewhere between like 13 and 16 guys going. Mike Terrio's still waiting to hear.
I was going to say, I know a few people have
reached.
reached out and said like, hey, if you need anyone. But speaking of Terry, I'm curious to know if it was in October, right? The one in the Cape?
No, Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day. Okay. I'm curious to know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, and I think we might have to change the jerseys because he wanted to do something with the Astros.
So
Which bang trash games.
we'll be the trash bangers. Did you see the
the trash bangers.
Well, there's some craft beer company in New Jersey that put out a beer, like an IPA called Trash Can Banger, and it's got the old Astros like stripes on the can.
Nice.
Those are pretty cool. All right, why don't we take a break here, and that way we can reset the camera, because I can see Mike giving us the 25-minute warning.
Subtle.
Well, you can cut it.
I like it. You probably should just come and be like, guys, you have 25 minutes.
So can we talk about how you were basically asked to leave our MLB The Show league?
I did not get kicked out.
No.
I voluntarily left after it was strongly suggested that I needed to play more games.
And it was also strongly suggested by you that you fucking hate the MLB The Show.
I absolutely fucking hate this game.
Care to tell people why?
So, here's how it goes.
He gets fucked every time he plays.
Every single time. I've had 2 or 3 instances playing in this league, just the game in general, where my batter will be up, hit a foul ball, and it'll be, let's say, I don't know, 30 rows back in foul territory. And the guy will run over to the fence like he usually does. Maybe he'll catch it. And then the ball will just go...
And then he fucking catches it.
And catches it. Every single time.
Yeah.
And then there are times where it's like, it's a routine, like, it's a hard hit line drive to the outfield. The guy's going to get it on like 2 hops, pick it up, throw it in, and just goes under his glove. And just goes all the way to the
It's usually
fence.
Jason Hayward for you, though, right?
I can't... This game has made me lose respect for Jason Hayward and Jason Kipnis.
And the Cubs organization as a whole.
And Theo Epstein as a person.
That's what you get for bringing in these trash bags, Theo.
So I actually thinking of this and Jason Hayward, I'll go back to the show in a second. But I was listening to Section 10 the other day, and they were talking about when they gave all these massive contracts out to these like Jason Hayward and things
Carl
like that.
Crawford. I was
Carl
listening to it
Crawford
this morning.
on when he was with the Red Sox, and everyone's like, "This is going to be great."
Nobody's gonna hit 50 home runs a season anymore. We'll bring in these guys that prevent runs.
That's the interesting part that that I thought was kind of cool about it. They're like, we're not going to pay guys to hit home runs anymore, so we have to pay them to prevent them have runs score.
Right.
So that's why Carl Crawford got so much money. That's how Jason Hayward got so much money.
Pretty sure Carl Crawford also hit like 330 the year.
Oh, he did.
He was a Red Sox killer.
And then, yeah, he led. Wasn't it like he has the most career steals in one game against the Red Sox? Correct. He had like 4. Yeah. Which he should probably just become a senator now because we're super fast.
Because I'm pretty sure he just got arrested for
he definitely
beating his kid or something.
He definitely did.
Yeah. Well, flash to producer cam on that one. Mike didn't know that.
So, he might be able to get some tips because a lot of old white senators will just get away with that stuff like that.
True.
People are going to be really scared the first time they cut to the camera. It's just Mike like...
Oh, he gets to choose where he edits himself in, so that'll be interesting to see.
I haven't thought about that yet. I don't have to do this now.
He might just not show us for the entire podcast, and we'll just watch his reactions.
Is he, like, just trying to, like, slowly move his way to, like, just completely moving me out of this and just it's going to be you two?
I hope so.
Wow.
We brought in the actual cable guy because he's going to be the one that gets the show up. So we found ourselves an actual cable guy.
Just so you guys know, the camera on you hasn't been rolling at all.
Oh, good.
All me.
None of this is being recorded.
All me.
Welcome to the Mike Show.
All right, but back to the league. And then I play the game like a little baby back bitch, where I don't use the PCI. I do directional hitting. I don't do analog like a sociopath. But so
do you do metered pitching too?
I do metered pitching because
you can't control your misses like that. That's my biggest issue.
I didn't know how to change that. I've never done it the other way.
It takes a little bit of getting used to. Once you get used to it though, I think it's a lot better.
So basically just like me. Once you get used to me, I'm a lot better than you think. No, we still fucking hate it.
The more comfortable you get with people, the worse it is.
That's fair. I'm going to stop there. I was going to say something. I really don't want this online.
We'll talk about it later. We found out today, apparently that's a Dempsey gene because his younger brother Hunter talks a lot.
I thought you were going to go with like something about my dad or something.
No,
so I was like,
oh, that's worse. Hunter talks a lot.
Yeah.
He shut off his music today and goes, well, I'm bored. I'm just going to talk. And talk he did.
I wasn't there, though, so I didn't know.
You were listening to music. You were quiet.
Was I okay?
I don't know. For whatever reason, you like to have a headphone in while we're practicing. Do you want to address that?
Well, so I wear one headphone because generally I'm not near people when I'm in the field, so I just focus on what I'm doing. But then when I'm going up to hit, I'm like, I'm not just going to listen to random songs or like a podcast or anything, so I put on my walk-up music in my headphone, and I listen to that when I hit.
You still love to try and be involved in the conversation, though?
I mean, yeah, we'll say something, I can hear you.
What?
Yeah. I have FOMO.
I know you do. I'm well aware. Kate, sorry, go off on a tangent. My wife, Kate, said something the other day, and I didn't acknowledge her.
Weird flex, but okay.
I didn't acknowledge her, and so she said it again, and I said, I heard you the first time. She goes, yeah, but you didn't acknowledge. I said, okay, Pat. And she goes, no, you did not get to call me Pat. Anyways, that was a weird little tangent. So the show league. I'm 12-4, so that's pretty exciting. I'm third in the league. Pat's going to finish his White Claw.
It's up there right here. So,
Pat's not going to finish his White Claw. Probably not by the end of the night.
I'll finish it when this releases.
But yeah, anyways, I think that's pretty much all we have to cover. Like Pat mentioned earlier, we have... What, do you have something else?
Just to go back to the show league, I did mention to Dave that my fiancée, that sounds so uppity to say, I'm sorry.
It really does.
I hate it.
I hated it so much.
She usurped my PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
She's been playing Animal Crossing?
That's on the Switch, so good try.
You've got too many systems.
Learn your shit. I almost called you Mike.
No. Anyways.
There's too many people to keep track of now. There's 2.
There's a lot of people. We do have a managers meeting on Thursday, so we'll get, I think, a lot of information there about when the season's going to start, how it's going to look, what the playoffs are going to look like.
Sorry, I thought I smelled weed.
No. Well, maybe, but not in here. We'll get a lot more information about what the season structure is going to look like. We'll have a schedule, I think, at that point, which will be nice. We'll know what the playoff structure is going to look like, and we'll be able to bring you guys more details next weekend, considering that we'll have them. And that's not, I didn't mean to say considering, so then I kind of tripped over my words. Say your managers probably should be telling you what the structure is going to look like, but if not, tune into the cable guys. Yeah,
we'll be your manager.
We're here for informational purposes.
Call me up late at night whenever you're lonely, and I'll talk to you about baseball.
All right, Mike, let's cut this. That was a good episode of the Cable Guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to take over the closing duties. Pat, it's been a pleasure. Mike, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you on board. Like you said, you're way overqualified, but we're happy to have a third voice.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
We get bored of each other, or I get bored of Pat, so I'm glad that there's a third voice here. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next Tuesday.